What's poppin', everybody? This is the cartoon kid Ray Rawlins, and today we're talking about season 4, episode 2 of Rick and Morty, man. Continuing the whole streak we got with Rick and Morty every Tuesday here on the Cartoon Kid channel, where we talk cartoons and we do it daily. So, before we get into this episode, we're gonna have Mr. Alex Payne break it down. Tell us what's happening.
Well, this episode is very difficult to describe, so I'm just going to make it simple. It's basically a parody of heist shows and movies, and it's just a labyrinth of plot twists and backstabbing and double crossing, which ultimately Rick started off to make Morty lose interest in a screenplay about heist he was writing that was going to get picked up from Netflix, basically to have him do himself. So, yeah, that's the best way to describe the episode.
I guess I could agree with you on that. But what is your first impressions, man? What is your first
Um,
impressions?
my first impression was I wasn't really feeling the episode like that.
Oh man, see, in a sense, I kind of agree with you, but then I don't. I guess we're crossing a little bit into review territory here, but see, the thing is, like I said, we obviously know that this is about Rick hating heist movies and whatnot, and he wants to obviously steal Morty back for himself, as you said. But it's just like, man, I don't know. Rick and Morty, epic adventures. That's the whole thing. The whole series supposed to be about. This just wasn't one of their epic adventures for me. So I will say though, I wouldn't say it's down on the level of yeah, it's the worst episode ever. I honestly think, and I know this is crossing, like I
I don't
said,
even
review
necessarily
territory.
think I don't even think it's a bad episode. I'm just saying that it's just not for me. I thought um, it got kind of repetitive with its idea, but
Right.
I
You
don't
know
know. The
what?
episode just
I
felt
gotta
weird to
say,
me.
I gotta say this though, with Rick going into heist con and whatnot, and him starting off the whole little heist simulation with Homeboy, who was doing the presentation, I guess you want to call it. They're bringing out everybody, and even when Rick is assembling his own crew, one thing that really upset me, I wouldn't say upset, but kind of got me disappointed is, man, they did not bring back Bird Person or Phoenix Person. That's because they have Professor Poopy Butthole or Mr. Poopy Butthole, whatever you want to call him.
Well,
But
I would
man,
say that makes sense though because they don't even know Phoenix Person is a thing and everything. And
I
if
mean, they
anything,
don't they don't now, but you would expect them just to hop in out of nowhere. You're like, oh shit, Phoenix Person, man, that would have freaking stole the whole episode. I was like, oh shit, 9 out of 10, easy, done. Man, they got Bird Person back up in this motherfucker. But nah, I mean, it
but you
was
know
cool to
what?
see Poopy Butthole.
Actually no. My real first impression I'll say is that I agree. I agree with Rick, man. Fuck heist.
I do too. Fuck heist with no S. Um,
Yeah.
but no, we can fuck heist too. But it's kind of stupid. Like you see them type of movies, man. They really ain't shit. Trying to pull off a big heist, people stabbing each other in the back. Like with all the millions of Mortys stabbing Rick in the back, it's kind of like, yeah, I can't fuck with that. Um, what about moments, man? Go into moments.
Honestly, I don't really have that many to say because, like I said, I wasn't really feeling the pace and the act of the episode. But I will mention two things. Number one, the Mr. Pooey butthole moment was funny, like when they first found him and he was fighting the students.
Yeah.
And
Rick hired the students because that was a post credit scene. I don't know if you've seen
yeah,
that. You
yeah, I
find
saw
out
that.
that Rick hired his students to attack him, and Poopy
Really.
Butthole, fuck that. So, boop,
And he got
boop, starts sending them flying.
fired. And he got
Yeah.
fired for friggin' fighting them. But and the other thing I want to mention is like because they had Elon Musk actually
Oh yeah,
voice the
Elon.
character,
Yeah. Oh, did
and
they?
yeah, and his voice acting really wasn't that good.
No, it wasn't.
It really
It
was
really
not
was.
that
I
good.
will say though, I like the little joke they did. Elon Tusk. They
Yeah,
kind of like, yeah, it was kind of stupid because I had to think too. I'm like, wait, his last name's Musk, right? I'm like, oh shit, because it kind of slipped my mind. I'm not even lying to you. But Elon Tusk,
but
that was something to kind of chuckle at.
But honestly, I'll say that's kind of my main issue with this episode in a way that kind of takes me out of it. I feel like it's going too deep into the silly area for me, for my taste.
Huh. I mean, see, and that's the thing, cause you stole my moments, by the way. But it's
You're
just like,
welcome.
man, I would kind of agree with you. The
I
only
mean, it's
thing
not
is,
ungodly, but it just had some really silly and kind of dumbish type of moments. Like, come
okay,
on,
which
Elon Tusk.
I
Like,
mean,
come
that's
on.
just a little simple joke, though. I mean,
It's a little
granted,
joke,
it's
but
it's no
it's
it's no
just
better than Mr. Poopy Butthole. It's kind of on the same level, if you ask me, of silliness.
no, I don't disagree, but I don't know. Like I
I
said,
say
it's
this
just
that one thing that you said right there, I wouldn't say that's worth picking up. Like with this
yeah.
episode,
I think I would agree. I don't. That probably ain't the best thing to point out, but I think it was
the
just some. It was a little too silly for me in certain spots.
me personally, that I realized I like the crazy Rick and Morty adventures, which you can call this somewhat of being one. But like I like seeing Rick and Morty, go to other planets, do other crazy shit. Like when they were on, I think it was the giant planet, right, where they found King Jellybean. Morty almost got them
Yeah,
booty cheeks sucking. Um,
by Tom
I
Kenny, no less.
shout out to SpongeBob, or Tom Kenny, my SpongeBob voice and homie. And just like the whole thing with the Death Crystal episode, I don't think. Do you think this is worse than that, or do you think it's better than the Death
Like
Crystal episode?
like I said, I wouldn't even say I necessarily think the episode is bad. I said it's just not for me.
Okay, okay, and I would agree too. It's definitely not the best up there. I guess we're crossing the final reviews now. It's not the best up there, but man, I wouldn't say it's like terrible, terrible. But like you, it's not for me. Like this isn't a Rick and Morty adventure. Like I remember some point in the episode, Morty was like, "Yeah, let's go on an epic Rick and Morty adventure." I'm like, man, that would have been nice. I mean, you guys could have had that in this episode, but it just didn't feel like season one ish. That's why I like the whole classic Rick and Morty shit. And yeah, they said they're doing new shit here and there, and obviously this is a taste of them doing something new. Um, it necessarily wasn't bad. I know we said like 90 times, but I'm gonna say it one more. It wasn't necessarily bad, but it wasn't for me. So my rating, I'm gonna hit it with a nice strong. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. It's just like it didn't have the nice classic feel to it, but it was something just to keep pushing along. I will say this though, it's kind of really disappointing. I kind of thought about this after watching. It's like, man, we waited what? Well, we didn't wait 700 some days because we just started getting into the series. But people who watched it for a long, long time had to wait over 700 days. Episode one, I mean, I honestly believe that was a huge flop. Episode two, I gotta say, I really digged it. I enjoyed it. I'm sure classic Rick and Morty fans did as well. Um, in this episode, well, I wouldn't say it's a big flop like episode one, but it's just like, it's kind of decent. It's kind of decent. Not the best, but it's kind of decent. It's not terrible. So I'll give it a nice 6 out of 10. What about you?
Like I said, I could see that. Like I could see the quality in this episode beyond my thoughts on certain things. So I think like I could see how it could be really enjoyable for certain people, and I'm not saying I necessarily like didn't enjoy it either, but because the plot twist at the end was really interesting, and the tangle was a nice, little fun thing or whatever. So
Oh yeah, and you know what? The Rick trying to outsmart his own robot was kind of hilarious. But it's kind of like, yeah, Rick's supposed to be the smartest man in the world. He has something to challenge him now. It's like, oh yeah, you did this. Oh wait, no, I one upped you. 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 It's just like, yeah. I felt like we've seen that a couple times throughout Rick and Morty, and this time it's just like, it's not all that, man. It's really not. But continue. Stealing your thunder.
you always do. But no, I'm gonna give the episode a 7.5 just because, like I said, I could see
What?
why people like it.
Oh man.
Because I'm not blind enough to say, oh, I don't like this particular genre, so the episode is
Right.
garbage or terrible.
Right. Well,
Like I
I
could see
mean,
the quality in it. It's like you
I
said,
didn't
it's just
expect
not
that
for
rating
me.
from you though.
Because I could see the quality in the episode. It's just not something that I would enjoy.
Right. I mean, granted, you're going off of something you would enjoy, not something. I mean, see, that's how I do it. I go off of something I would enjoy. I didn't necessarily enjoy it. That's why I gave it such a low rating, or what I would qualify it as a low rating. So, but I do kind of agree too. Like, yeah, definitely people might like this episode. It's not, like I said, it's not as bad as the season premiere. It's definitely not as bad as that. But like you said, some people will enjoy it. I definitely wasn't one of them. But if you got anything else to add before we close it out?
No.
Okay. Yeah, you really weren't feeling this. You sound sad. Okay. Well, that's pretty much it, y'all. I'm the cartoon kid, Ray Rawlins, and I give Rick and Morty season 4, episode 3, I'm sorry, a good old 6 out of 10. And my depressed partner, Mr. Alex Payne, gives it a 7.5 out of 10. Y'all know what it is, man. Tell us what you guys think about it in the comment section below. If you like what we did, hit that like. If you didn't, hit that dislike. And if you want to support the channel, smack that subscribe button. With all that being said, this is the channel where we talk cartoons and we do it daily. And we will see ya when we see ya. Peace.